EGM Network.
From Studio A in sunny Florida, welcome to Beauty and the Beach Radio, where it's all about who's beautifying Vero Beach. Today's show is brought to you by Dale Sorensen Real Estate. And here's your host and glamour girl, makeup artist, Cindy Getz.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. We hope you had a great week. And I am so excited about today's show because we have someone, she's no stranger to Beauty and the Beach Radio. And we're going to talk about an event that is happening right here in Vero Beach that does revolve around a celebrity. And this is a celebrity that is well known all across the airwaves, the TV waves. She is super cool. I watch her every Sunday morning on Sunday morning. And she's an American television host. She's an author. She's married to someone famous as well. Anyway, love her to pieces. She's going to be in town, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that. Her name, who is coming to town, is Jane Pauley. And the person that's going to be talking to us about this event is Peggy Cunningham. Now, Peggy's been on the show before. Most of you probably know her name. She's pretty well known in this community. She is executive director of the Alzheimer and Parkinson's Association of Indian River County, which, by the way, we had a chat before the show, and we agreed we need to shorten that. Whew, that is a mouthful. But she is a resident of Vero Beach since 1987. Before her current position with the Alzheimer and Parkinson's Association, she was the ever-present volunteer for many nonprofits, lovely ones in our town, including St. Edward's School, Holy Cross, Riverside Children's Theater, and the VNA. She is, as I told you, the executive director currently of the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's Association of Indian River County. She has led the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's Association since 2009, which brings supportive programs and services to families and individuals of Indian River County affected by memory and movement disorders. She is passionate about the kind-hearted culture through which the association's programs are delivered. I like to ask her, what's her favorite part of the job? And she always says improving the quality of life for residents right here in our community. Please welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio, Peggy Cunningham.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
Peggy, you don't change. You look
yes,
adorable,
yes,
always. And for those of you just listening to radio and not seeing her on the screen, on the video screen, she is rocking out a red leather jacket. She's looking pretty fly. So, wow. I want to dive right in. You've got such a special event coming up to honor and to benefit the Alzheimer's Parkinson's Association here in the Indian River County. Let's first of all talk about its mission and why that is so important. Tell us about what their mission is and why it pulls at your heartstrings.
Sure. Our mission is to improve the quality of life for families and individuals in Indian River County who are trying to manage either the care of someone who has dementia or for those with movement disorders. So much like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, but our bandwidth is much wider. For example, we serve folks for all sorts of reasons that there's memory problems and their caregivers. We started off as a support group back in the 1980s. And once we moved into our present location, we began developing all of these support programs for caregivers. And then we began movement programs for those who have movement disorders. And so we have all of these different exercise classes, exercise, balance, gait, a singing class because voice and diaphragm will go. We have boxing for Parkinson's. We just started tango for Parkinson's.
What?
Yep. And it's being taught by someone who's had Parkinson's. Let's see, he's had it for about 15 years.
Oh my goodness!
So, people. We always say, don't be intimidated. It's not the high heels and the skirt. Everybody's wearing sneakers and you're holding forearms, but it helps with movement with sound, with touch, with going backward and forward, balance, rhythm. So there's so many benefits to the tango.
And it's fun, right?
It's fun.
I bet they're smiling. You know, one of my greatest joys, Peggy, when I first met you several years ago, I wanted to see your facility. And you said, come during music hour.
Yes.
So I came and, oh my goodness, you would have thought there was like a party going on. You had all of your, I don't know what you want to call them, guest members.
Our participants. Yeah.
They were all in a big circle on fold-up chairs. And in the center was, I think there was a piano playing. And somebody was maybe directing in the center. I'm not sure. But they were all clapping and singing. And it was such a joyful experience. And I came to realize then that music is a huge part of one of the many programs that you have there at the center.
Almost every program has music in it because that is such a basic language. And as I was just saying before we began airing, with dementia, it's all about the emotion. That's what's driving the answers that their brains are getting. And so emotion is the goal, positive emotions, not reality. And so anything that is shallow, fun-loving, conversations that can go any place, you can, there's song, there's art, there's pet therapy, there's games, there's bingo, there's exercise. We do it all every day, 9 to 3, and we have this program in 4 different areas of the county. And everything we do, this is so key, everything we do is free of charge.
Wow, that is, did y'all hear that? It's free. It's free. That is such a big relief. Before we went on air, you were telling a story about the lady at the bank. and I want you to share it because I think some people that have not had anybody in their family, in their immediate circle that has gotten Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, that they don't really understand kind of the process of it. Could you just share quickly that story? Because it was really, you could understand what they go through.
It does. This is a little lesson that we always try to give everyone in the community. Let's call her Addie. She's in her 80s, and her daughter drives her to the bank. Addie is somewhere between the end of the first stage and going into second stage of dementia, which means her short-term memory is gone. She's becoming disoriented to time, to place, to person. All those cognitive functions like reasoning, memory, self-awareness, decision-making, strategy, language, all those functions are starting to fall apart. The communication system in her brain is causing them to fall apart. So Addie walks into the bank and short-term memory, she immediately forgets that her daughter dropped her off and said she was going to go park the car. And Addie is by herself. She's looking at the lobby. It's an important lobby. It's an important room. What is she supposed to be doing? Oh my goodness, there's something I'm supposed to be doing. What am I supposed to be doing? Where am I? I don't know where I am. And so her brain, which is the emotions which inform every decision your brain gives you, but they are unfiltered now because that cognitive filter is no longer there. Her brain has to figure out, she's in there, she's anxious, so there's anxious. Then there's isolated, she's by herself. Her brain has to figure out, what do I do? What kind of an answer do I give her about these emotions? And there's no context of orientation to time and place and person. And so her brain says, let's see, last time I had the anxiety, isolation. Oh yeah, when I lost my mother. So somebody from the bank comes up to her and says, can I help you? And she looks at them and says, I have to find my mother. And the answer to that is, you have to find your mother. You repeat right away exactly what they said, and you always agree. Now, this is really hard if you're taking care of a spouse that you've been with for 50-some years. But you always want to agree because that first of all, puts you right into their space. And then the next thing you want to do is reassure, and we call it therapeutic fibbing. It's therapeutic for them, fibbing for you. So here's how the conversation might go. I have to find my mother. Yes, you have to find your mother. Oh, she was just here, but she said we could go over here and have some tea and cookies. Now, by the way, do you have your mother's eyes? Because they're so pretty. That is the most beautiful shirt. Everybody says you're the best dresser. So you've gone through, you've agreed with what they've done, you've reassured them with therapeutic fibbing, and you've diverted the emotions, which that's the key, because the new goal with dementia isn't reality. It's positive emotions. And so you've diverted that. If it's just shallow, fun-loving conversation is where they can thrive. Music and art. You can ask opinions. Don't ask facts, because that's like shards of glass. Don't give them an answer they have to be accountable for. If they say, you know what, that's a really pink chair, and you're going, and it's not, and you'll say, yeah, that is a pink chair. Do you like that color? Would you make it another color? So opinions and shallow and always a compliment. As soon as somebody walks in our door, we give them a compliment. You look great today. Although I love that shirt. Oh my gosh, you've got the best smile. That's all. That's what it is.
Peggy, we could all benefit from that.
Come walk in our door.
We all did that coming through the door. We would be a happy country. Oh my goodness. I love that. So I definitely can see where you're coming from. Keep it light, agree with them. You know, so you've got so many programs, you know, free of charge for families managing these memory and movement disorders. Let's talk about the speaker series, because it's a vital part of your success.
Right.
To the organization. Talk to us about it and what's going to be happening this year.
So this speaker series, we used to have a 2-day conference, the Day of Hope and the Parkinson's Awareness Conference, back to back. And we'd bring in a speaker and had loads of sponsors, and it was wonderful. But we never found that we were increasing the audience. And we began to think about that. And we thought, you know, trying to get one person here at one special time, why don't we just have a series of speakers that we can bring in and have perhaps in different locations in the county. And that way our education, which we have discovered, education is the key. If people know what we do, and if they are learning a little bit more about it, they will walk through our door, or they will show their neighbor or their family or someone from their congregation, this is where you need to go. These are the people that can support. And so we had the Brevard Parkinson's Alliance down talking about silver linings, which is hard to do for many people once they've got that diagnosis of Parkinson's. We are having, from University of Florida, Melissa Armstrong. I've heard her before. She is a brilliant, brilliant doctor, and she's in research and clinic up at the University of Florida, which is really one of the best resources for our population. We're going to be having musical therapist Maureen Burkhart during the summer, and we're starting to plan out. So we're going to try to have, you know, a few every couple of months, so that in different parts of the county, so that people can come. Education is what we're really seeing. We need to make sure the county is educated.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So the one coming up, April 9th, your Successful Aging Luncheon benefit has someone super special. Tell us about why you chose this guest, and is there any connection to this speaker to Parkinson's and Alzheimer's?
There is. We've invited Jane Pauley to come and speak, and what the reason for the luncheon isn't to talk necessarily about Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or any of the memory and movement. It's to talk about how do you age successfully, because there will be challenges. You know there will be challenges. What's the philosophy of life for those who are doing this successfully? And so Jane, we had a conversation with her. She was so fun to talk to. And she said, Peggy, I know that there's at least 3 different categories in my lifetime where I've intersected with your mission. She and her husband both had parents that needed some caregiving, and there was dementia involved, and I think there was a movement disorder as well, and some of her own health issues that she has spoken about in her book. And she just said, not going through these things alone, connecting people with each other and with the resources. And that's part of our mission in fact, I think it's the most important word in our mission is connect, because you connect people with each other, support groups, you connect them to resources, transportation, attorneys, doctors, any place that they need. You connect them to to each other. You connect them to us. When you were just talking about my favorite thing on my job, my favorite thing is when someone comes in the door, and it happened twice this week already, and they're in tears. They don't know what to do. And they come in and we sit down for a one-on-one. And it works every time when they start to learn, oh, there's a way to handle this.
Sure.
And, oh, I don't have to go through this alone. And what time are these support groups? And what classes can I take? Stress busting, caregiving 101. We have so many of those classes. And it makes all the difference in the world, because when these disorders strike people, they pull back.
Yeah.
And they don't go out. They isolate. And they aren't, if it's the person who has dementia, they still need some social interaction. That keeps them going. That's quality of life.
Absolutely.
And so that's
connection, like you're talking about when we first got started.
Yeah.
So, wow, so much to unpack, but we're going to have to go to station break in about 1 minute. Real fast, because you do have free services for everybody, but it's not free for your organization. How do you get funded?
We are entirely funded through the philanthropy in this county.
Okay.
And there are so many ways that people can give to us. They can support our fundraisers. For example, this fundraiser, and we have one in the fall called the Walk to Remember, which is fun. It's out in Riverside Park, and it's the most wonderful feel-good event. And through regular daily contributions, our annual fund, they can leave us in a legacy. We are trying to we have a legacy program, and that can make an impactful difference. They can make a transformational gift, which will allow us to, for example, in the new space that we're going into, help us to really get that under our belt and be solid and be able to have these programs and deliver them beautifully over a period of years. They can give to our endowment, which is more and more is going to be what we are going to be counting on.
Wow.
So
A lot of options.
A lot of options.
Oh my goodness, I love it so much. Now, the good news is, the bad news is, let me start with the good news. The good news is you have an amazing lunch coming up. The bad news is it did sell out. Yes. But as we mentioned earlier, you've got a lot more unraveling with some really incredible speakers coming up. So before we go to station break, do you want to mention the website so they can go see some of the, because I did notice on your site some of these doctors you're talking about, and I think they're definitely worthwhile to listen to. So.
Absolutely. The web is www.alzpark, that's A-L-Z as in zebra, P as in Peter, ARK.org.
All right. You guys, I'm with Peggy Cunningham. We're talking about the Successful Aging Luncheon benefit with Jane Pauley, April 9th. It is sold out, but stay with us. We'll be right back.
The Jackie Robinson Celebration Game is April 15th at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex. The Clearwater Threshers play the Palm Beach Cardinals. Tickets are $12 in advance, $15 at the gate. Credit card only. Gates open at 5. Hurry! Get tickets at UnitedWayIRC.org.
Evergreen Media is your go-to for podcasting. Business owners, boost your brand by educating clients with your own show. Just show up. We handle everything else. Get your custom video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and more. Start today at egreenmedia.com.
What's on your list? Ice cream? Laughing so hard it hurts? The way the sun feels on your face? For one child, a simple list of brilliant things becomes a lifeline, a way to bring hope to his mother, and maybe to himself. Every brilliant thing is a funny, heartfelt journey through life's ups and downs, where you help tell the story. Now playing on the Waxlack stage at the beautiful Riverside Theater. Get your tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, and all the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal Coastal Living, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're also the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens in Pollywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a spring sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of brand name closeouts and sale items. And visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Cindy gets. She totally gets it. Oh my gosh. Did you see my prom makeup? She so gets it.
Dude, did you see her before and after makeup on Instagram? That makeup girl gets it.
My wedding makeup was so amazing, and my makeup artist, she totally gets it.
My senior photo makeup rocked. She gets it.
You should see her new Facebook profile. Her makeup artist really gets her.
My eye makeup is so on fleek. Thanks, Cindy Getz.
Cindy Getz Makeup Artist, 772-633-4030.
She gets it! Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. I'm Cindy Getz, your host, where it's all about who's beautifying Vero Beach. We want to thank Dale Sorensen Real Estate for always making sure we're on air. My goodness, they are everywhere in this community, always supporting great things. So we definitely appreciate you, Dale Sorensen. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you can give them a call, 772-231-4712. And you can also find them at sorensenrealestate.com. We also want to thank Varietals and More. They always make sure we have lovely beverages for our guests. So definitely go see them. They're on Royal Palm Point. And Rob, Michelle, they're wonderful. And there's so many things in that store. It is jam packed. So I'm sure you'll find something you love. And if you do, you get a 10% discount if you mentioned Beauty and the Beach Radio. So there you go. You guys, we're wrapping it up. I'm talking with Peggy Cunningham with the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's Association right here in Indian River County. We were just wrapping up that they are doing a successful aging luncheon benefit with Jane Pauley on April 9th. It is sold out, but Peggy, you do have another speaker event coming up that if people are interested and want to come, tell us about it.
Well, we have Dr. Melissa Armstrong from the University of Florida. She's in both the research and the clinic side. She's going to talk about dementia and Lewy bodies and how it all connects and some movement disorder. And we are very excited. I've heard her speak. And this doesn't there's no charge for this. We're having it at Northern Trust on April 21st at 11 a.m., I believe. She starts, and they just have to call 563-0505 and give us their name if they'd like to come. And there's no charge. This is one of our major education classes.
Wow, that is so. It really is giving the community an opportunity to come together and learn more about what you do, like you said earlier, with the education.
Exactly. This is really a big part of our mission, is trying to educate the whole community.
I love that. So Dr. Melissa Armstrong, and that's going to be April 21st right here at which bank?
Northern Trust.
Northern Trust, 11 a.m. But you do want them to RSVP so you have enough seating.
Exactly.
All right. And they'll go to what website again?
www.alzpark.org, or just call 563-0505.
Great. We have 1 minute left, Peggy, and we have a fun little nugget that will be unraveled later because it's something you're doing at the benefit lunch with Jane Pauley. Tell us what Jane Pauley suggested she would do to help out your organization.
She was so sweet, and she, as we were talking about the content, she said, well, this is a fundraiser. Let's keep our eye on that. So I said, okay. And she said, how about if I offer to interview someone while I'm in Vero Beach, and you can auction that off. So okay. So this was just last week. So we have been trying to get the word out. I think by the weekend we will know who won the bidding. Right now, it's a really good deal if you had someone that you wanted to give a gift to, And it's then we have a recording company coming in, and they will record it, and that will be your legacy for your family.
Oh my gosh.
Cool,
I mean,
right?
come on.
Yeah.
I watch her every Sunday morning. I mean,
know.
that's so cool to have her interview you. What a fun gift. And that was so generous of Jane Pauley. So I believe the bids are going on right now. But probably by the time this airs, we will know who the winner is.
Yes, we absolutely will. We absolutely will. And we wanted to also say we have Faith Daniels is going to interview Jane.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's
so
going to
cool.
be amazing. So shout out to Faith as well. Great job. All right. Good luck. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.